Who are some of the young artists that have pulled you into sessions? Of like, are there any tracks that you've probably been a part of that we may not know about, or things like that? Because I mean, QC, that whole label is basically running hip hop right now.
Yeah, that's kind of how that's how I kind of met Migos. Like, I met them first. We all did a meeting. Is that rain? Jesus. We all did a meeting with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan when he was in town. He called on a lot of the local town here to come and meet and greet with him. Wow. And of course, I'm a long time, fundamentalist, in association with FOI and NOI and so on and so forth. And so I'm always on call if ever they need me and request my presence. You know what I'm saying? And so the youngest happened to be there, and they were new. I think Fight Night, something like that was just out. So they was just coming around. And I'll just let them know that we was riding with them, you know what I'm saying? And if they ever needed me on anything, and this was years ago. Mm-hmm. And it was only last year that I finally got a chance to work with them, you know what I mean? So it's just a lot of love there. I talked to Gunna on the phone. Me and Gunna just happened to be on the airplane together one time, and I just acknowledged them, you know what I'm saying? It'd be them late flights or whatever like that, so you might got your headphones and your hoodie on, you ain't really trying to be bothered or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, I gave him a wink. I'm like, I see you. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, and, that's love. That's love if the OG I'm going to recognize him first. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we exchanged numbers and we stayed in contact. I talked to Lil Baby. I talked to Pee Wee Longway. You know what I mean? I talked to Trouble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got some real relationships around here. That's a fact.
Those the guys that's outside, especially Pee Wee.
Yeah. That's my man. People always say me and Pee Wee look alike a little bit. I can see it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see it a little bit. Now I have to ask you. Now, when you made the comments about Cardi's new song, did you get a call from Offset?
We talked about it, man. To be totally honest, yeah, we did.
Oh, man. Okay.
Because we family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And of course, with that being said, that was totally blown out of proportion and totally misinterpreted. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we was able to talk through that. You know what I mean? And it was done. And that's, you see how quickly it disappeared. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah. And I made a formal acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you want to just dignify with a direct acknowledgement. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, sometimes you kind of like on the fence about where do I stand. Like I'm being attacked, but it's like, gee, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah. But I was able to clarify some things and get it straight. You know what I mean? Meant no disrespect, meant no harm.
Of course.
Yeah.
I always think it's a little bit interesting. People complain about the negative portion of social media, but also the same way how things can be misinterpreted quickly. It's the same way that you can rectify a situation immediately. Like, no, that's not exactly what I meant. You know what I mean? Like, right. So what are your thoughts on just utilizing social media as a platform as a whole? Like, and because from your start and inception in the game to how things are now, it's just totally different. You know what I mean? Like, how do you take social media?
I mean, you could definitely, utilize it to your benefit, and it could also be a liability. You know what I mean? It could also be weaponized. You hear that? You heard that?
Yeah.
It's coming down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it could definitely also be weaponized. You know what I'm saying? Because it just opens up the forum where, just the general public, they're just, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it does, I think that it's supposed to be a construct in order to promote, you know what I'm saying, your product, you know what I mean, like, engage with the audience, you know what I'm saying, like you really kind of build what would be your village. I don't like to consider it followers, you know what I'm saying, because there's equality there. When you can communicate, then you can establish equality amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? So I really try to look at it objectively, in that way, and then of course, showcase some personality, some intimacies that you might not necessarily would have shown or think people would have taken an interest in. Like sometimes people who care, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want to know, and I guess it's not so strange. Now people want to know what you're eating, you know what I'm saying? Like what you're doing, where you at, you know what I'm saying? Like what you're doing on a daily basis, what other kind of music you listen to, you know what I mean? Like all kind of little stuff. So like I come from an era of where, then also the code of the streets is the G's moving silent. So I'm really expressive and I get impassioned about, all things industry, you know what I mean? Like, music, culture, you know what I'm saying? Community, our people, you know what I mean? But your opinion, can be, can be your politics, can be seen as your politics too. You know what I'm saying? So you can immediately be met with an opposing opinion. But but the time I come from, it's like I always reference people like Michael Jackson or Prince. When those people, or even the rock bands like Kiss or something like that, like those dudes were like superheroes because they were inaccessible. You couldn't touch them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that is what the selling point and the pricing point was at that time. You know what I mean? Like, but now people want to be able to feel you. They want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like that you real. You know what I mean? Before I support you, I want to engage and interact with you. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure you real. You know what I'm saying? So people want to see more. And I think in some regard people are entitled to more. You know what I mean? So you just have to be selective. That's all. Because I'm a private person for the most part. So I'm learning how to be selective and how to share. You know what I mean? And showcase things that I think can be constructive or be, positive, you know what I mean? And productive for people to see.